What's up, YouTube? Thomas L here with Alita Battle Angel opening this week. Since it's directed by Robert Rodriguez, I decided to do my top 6 favorite Robert Rodriguez movies. I mean, he's done 10 enough, but I kind of decided just to narrow it down to 6 instead, because most of them are either sequels or not that great or, or anywhere there. So that being said, here's my 10 favorite Robert Rodriguez films. Coming in at number 6 is Spy Kids. Now, of course, this stars Alexa Vega and Daryl Sabara, who pretty much, are young kids who become spies to save their parents, who are, of course, ex-spies from an evil mastermind. Spy Kids is really good. I've really always found it to be really entertaining. Alexa Vega and Daryl Sabara, they both had good chemistry with one another. Not to mention Danny Trejo, Machete. I'm going to talk to you about Machete here in a bit, but anyway. And of course, there was like a few other sequels that came after, but the first Spy Kids is the best. It's really awesome, and Robert Rodriguez did a pretty good job with this. I mean, he's a guy who's known for adult fares like Desperado, Machete, and all. But it's nice to see him take on like kid-friendly films like Spy Kids. So yeah. All right, coming in at number 5 is The Faculty. Now, this of course is about like principals and teachers who are pretty much possessed by aliens. And The Faculty is awesome. It is really it's really fun to watch. The sci-fi and horror element is pretty cool. This also has a couple of good cast members as well. Like you had Jordana Brewster way before Fast and Furious. You also had Josh Hartnett. Usher was in this. Who else was in this? Yeah, you had Jon Stewart. Salma Hayek was in this. It had a really interesting, neat cast, and it was really good. I mean, the way the aliens looked in this was pretty cool. I mean, yeah, if you guys never had a chance to check out The Faculty, do yourself a favor and give The Faculty a go. It's really good. All right, coming in at number 4 is Machete. I mean, Machete is a very violent character, and I believe his first appearance was in the first Spy Kids, and that's a kid-friendly film. So it was pretty cool seeing like Machete pop up in that. But then Machete, of course, appeared in the Grindhouse films. So Robert Rodriguez decided to spin him off in a feature film, and I love Machete. Danny Trejo plays this role just perfectly. I mean, it's definitely Danny Trejo's best work. Of course, besides Trejo, you have a few other supporting cast members. You have Jessica Alba, Michelle Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez must love Fast and Furious. He worked with Jordana Brewster in The Faculty and Michelle Rodriguez in Machete, and not to mention Aaliyah. So they should get Robert Rodriguez to direct a Fast and Furious movie. Anyway, besides Rodriguez and Trejo, you also got you had Steven Seagal in this. I mean, Steven Seagal was pretty interesting as a villain. Also, who else was it? Oh yeah, Robert De Niro, Lindsay Lohan. Some good cast members was featured in this. And not to mention Daryl Sabara was also in this too. I mean, it's really fun. I mean, it is violent. I mean, there's a scene in this where this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but there's like a scene where Machete is takes out a guy's intestines and uses it as like a rope. I'm like, dang, I never can't believe how much he was able to get away with in this film. Oh, and also you had Cheech Marin as a priest, by the way. Whoever knew that Cheech Marin would be perfect as a priest. I just simply love Machete. The sequel is actually good too, but not as good as the first film. And I mean, I remember hearing words about them doing a Machete in space. Dude, I really want to see that. I mean, Machete in space, sign me up there. Either a Machete in space or get Danny Trejo to do a Machete TV series, because I really want to see him back as this character again. He just plays this role just perfectly, you know. And Robert Rodriguez, I know he did a good job at directing as well. All right, coming in at number 3 is Desperado. Now, I could have gone with any of the Mariachi films. I could have gone with El Mariachi or Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but I'm going with Desperado. Of course, this is the movie that lots of people crush on Salma Hayek for. I mean, there is a scene in this that will make you wonder why we had a crush on Salma Hayek. Wait, I still have a crush on Salma Hayek. What am I talking about? Anyway, Desperado is awesome. It's definitely my favorite out of the El Mariachi films. Antonio Banderas, he was really great. You also had Steve Buscemi. Really good cast. And Antonio Banderas, that dude could play a banjo really well. And it's also pretty violent. You also have Joaquin D. Almeida. He played like the villain in this. Most likely butchered the actor's name. Yeah, I really dug Desperado. Now, I'm really hoping Robert Rodriguez and Antonio Banderas one of these days says yes to another El Mariachi film, because I'll love to see Antonio Banderas as that role again. The actor who played El Mariachi in the the early '90s film was pretty good too, but I think Antonio Banderas plays this role much better. And Salma Hayek was good too. So, if you guys never seen Desperado, check it out. It's loads of fun. All right, coming in at number 2 is From Dusk Till Dawn. Of course, this is probably one of my favorite vampire movie there is. I mean, you have George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino as brothers who, kidnap a preacher played by Harvey Keitel and his children. One of which his children is played by Juliette Lewis, and so they, pretty much sneak across the border into a topless bar, and then in the bar there's pretty much vampires lurking around. Like, it's a really fun film. I mean, it is violent. Of course, the stripping scene with Salma Hayek with the snake on her on her shoulders. Come on, who didn't love that scene? Well, actually, I think From Dusk to Dawn was the film that made lots of people crush on Salma Hayek. Salma Hayek was just awesome in this. She worked really well with Rodriguez. Anyway, yeah, I really From Dusk Till Dawn is just loads of fun. The vampires all look cool. Oh, not to mention you had the great Fred Williamson in this. He needs to be in more stuff. I kind of miss seeing Fred Williamson and anything. Oh, not to mention Danny Trejo is even in this. It is awesome. If you guys never seen From Dusk Till Dawn by now, check it out. But don't check out the sequels. I mean, the sequels are horrible. Like, literally horrible. The first film is much better. And the TV show was decent also, but the first film is where it's at. Alright. Coming in at number 1 for my favorite Robert Rodriguez movie, that will be Sin City. This is pretty much noir tales, and it pretty much tells like different stories in one. It's, I guess you could say, it's like an anthology movie or something. And the cast in this is terrific. Like, we're talking Benicio del Toro, Clive Owen, Elijah Wood, Josh Hartnett, Alexis Bledel. You have Jessica Alba in this. Oh man, this is loads of cast in this. It's really hard to really mention all of them. Oh yeah, not to mention Bruce Willis is in this. Awesome cast, and it's full on in black and white. There's some color here and there, but it's fully in black and white. It is beautiful to look at. The cinematography in this thing is fantastic. I mean, it shows how important the cinematography is, and I still can't believe the Oscars wants to cut that out from their show, but that's another topic for another day. Anyway, and I think Robert Rodriguez has a thing for strip clubs because in this, Jessica Alba plays the stripper. Jessica Alba, I mean, that woman is definitely one of the most gorgeous women there is. I mean, who doesn't love Jessica Alba? Her acting, I mean, is a little stiff at times, but she's actually really good in this, and it is also very violent. Yeah, and it's based on a graphic novel by Frank Miller. Yeah, I mean, this is really awesome, and I believe Frank Miller co-directed this as well. I got to double check that, but I mean, if you guys never seen Sin City, definitely check it out. It's really an awesome film, and it's definitely Robert Rodriguez's best work in my opinion. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 6. Spy Kids. 5. The Faculty. 4. Machete. 4. Desperado. 2. Wait. Let me start that over again. Number 6. Spy Kids. 5. The Faculty. 4. Machete. 3. Desperado. 2. From Dusk Till Dawn. 1. Sid Say. I think I messed the first half up. Anyway. Now, Robert Rodriguez in the past, let me pull up his credit list. Of course, one of his films we might have to wait till 2115 to check out. Yeah. That movie we're probably never going to see because we might be dead by the time that film comes out. Anyway, his other work included, El Mariachi, Once Upon a Time in Mexico. The Spy Kids sequels wasn't all that bad. Planet Terror is really awesome. Of course, Grindhouse. Death Proof. Grindhouse, Death Proof, and Planet Terror are some really fun flicks. Adventure of the Shockboy and Lava Girls, more of a guilty pleasure. He did that Predators reboot, which wasn't all that great, to be honest with you. Machete Kills and Sensei and Danger Kill for was pretty cool. Shorts is actually pretty terrible. I believe he produced the Kill Bill movies. I mean, him and Quentin Tarantino worked together loads of times. Anyway, let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite Robert Rodriguez movies? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is Thomas L signing off.